Initially, you drew concern from me when you told me you deleted everything from Chris. Do you have any objections to us looking at everything in your phone?
Why do you even need that? I'm just curious. Like, why do you need everything as opposed to this?
We talked about your GPS locating, like knowing where your phone is at certain times.
I mean, you guys can have all that. I just was like, oh my God, I have so many texts on here between me and all my friends. I'm like, do they really want all this stuff?
Well, is there anything in those texts that you'd be concerned with?
Not really.
So, well, not really, or yes or no?
No, I mean, like, the other day, my dad and I just had to do some damage control because a lot of...
Hey guys, welcome back to Rabbit Hole Rocks. Today we'll be watching Nichol Kessinger's second cringe police interview. You all voted and you wanted to see Nichol Kessinger's second police interview. And I could not be happier because we are still seeking justice for Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico. And I thought it was very important to keep looking into Nichol Kessinger and her involvement in those murders. This is Nichol Kessinger's second interview with CBI agent Kevin Koback. This second video I sourced from Crime Talk YouTube channel, so go ahead and check it out if you want to watch the video without commentary. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into Nichol Kessinger's second cringe police interview.
Right here is good. All right, I'll be right back, all right? Just gonna get Tammy so she can introduce herself, all right? Be right back.
There's no date stamp on the actual surveillance video, but her first interview was on August 16th, so this was probably the following week. I'm not sure. If anybody knows the date that this video was filmed, please let me know. Shoot it my way, because it's not in the description either. Yeah, it's not in the description, so if anybody knows when this second interview happened, please let me know. Let's continue.
You all right?
Yeah.
These rooms are recorded.
Okay.
So anything saying here is subject to recording, just so you know.
Okay.
And you said on your text that you might have remembered some more stuff.
Yeah.
So let's do your phones first.
I need to... They gave me a piece of paper to transfer my contacts. Wouldn't do it for me, but...
You should be able to just put them on the iCloud.
I don't know how to do this.
Okay, the sound of this second video is really bad. It's muffled. I'm having a hard time understanding what is being said. She's already talking about all the resources that somebody gave her, and we see Kevin Koback all giggly, all laughy, all smiles. You're doing all right. First impression, Kevin Koback seems very happy to see Nichol, in my opinion. And so she's back because she texted him and let him know that she remembers more things. Let's see what she tells him.
They said to follow this app. I can't even find the app store on this phone.
Is it Android?
Yeah. So strange. I tried to transfer all the stuff from this phone to this phone last night and started syncing up like old text, like stuff I don't even have saved in here.
Or any of them from Chris?
Yeah, a few, but not many. It's pretty short. There's like 10 or 12, and there's like a few from those days, but most of it is... Hi. Hello.
This is
Yes.
Tammy.
Tammy.
Come in,
Nice to meet
Stacey.
you. There, I'm Stacey Galbraith. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? All right. Getting through it? Trying. Yeah.
Stressing out.
Stressing out. Yeah, you look stressed out. Did you get some therapy figured out? I'm waiting for you guys to get back to me on that, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Hazel need to?
Yeah, we're going to see if Hazel comes in. So Weld County's just... I had to write a letter yesterday for Weld County to approve, to pay for her treatment.
Oh.
And yeah, it's got to go through a board because it's kind of unusual.
Yeah.
Since she's not an eyewitness.
Right.
But it sounded like there was not.
Yeah, no, she isn't isn't an eyewitness. So Kevin Koback had to write a letter to somebody to get Nichol Kessinger's treatment approved. And he did admit that it's very unusual because she isn't an eyewitness. It is very unusual. I honestly, I wondered why they kept calling her a witness in the first place, because she wasn't a witness. What did she witness? And if she was a witness, then that means that she witnessed the murder happen. So yeah, I'm glad that they finally brought that up. Why is she a witness if she never witnessed anything? And here we have Tammy Lee. I wish Tammy Lee had taken over this interview. I believed that the interviews with Nichol Kessinger would have been so much different had Tammy Lee or any other investigator, perhaps a woman, had interviewed Nichol Kessinger. But I think it was the fact that it happened to be Kevin Koback that interviewed her, and he did such a terrible job. I feel like this case would have gone a different direction had Nichol Kessinger been interviewed by Tammy Lee. Tammy Lee is a beast. She was able to get Chris Watts to confess to the murders that same day. The same day that he came in to do the polygraph. But unfortunately, in this case, we ended up with Kevin. Kevin. You know, I do want to say that prior to Tammy Lee and this other person, I'm not sure who she is. Maybe she introduced herself, but I didn't get it. Before they entered the room, Nichol seemed a lot more relaxed. She's like, yeah, they sent me this paperwork and I don't know how to transfer my contacts from this phone to the other phone. I don't get it. And then she sees Tammy Lee and this other person walk in, and all of a sudden she's like, I need treatment. If Nichol Kessinger had been interviewed by Tammy Lee, this would have been a very different case. But let's continue.
Opposition to it, it's just a process.
Yeah.
So when you go through the text messages, Tammy and probably Stacy will be there.
Okay.
So you guys know each other. Or if they reach out to you, you know that they're not the media.
Yeah. Can you guys give me your cards?
Yeah.
Really,
I got everyone.
Okay. I just,
Thank
and now
you.
with this new phone, it's like I got so many numbers that I'm sure I can figure out who they are, but I need to just deal with that. Like, if you guys can help me get all of my contacts from this phone to...
So I can get a tech guy.
Okay, so Nichol Kessinger is here in the interview room with CBI agent Kevin Koback, but she wants phone help. So apparently Kevin Koback is not only a CBI investigator, he's also a pizza delivery boy, and now he also works at Verizon Wireless. Or AT&T or T-Mobile or whatever this is. Metro PCS. Now he's helping Nichol transfer phone numbers. This is how you do it, Nichol. Here, log into the cloud. Here, I'll give you our Wi-Fi password. The password is lowercase p, capital O, capital P, lowercase o. Yeah, Popo. Let's continue.
I need to help me, because I'm an
He
attitude.
gave me
So
instructions on it.
this is your old phone?
This is the one that I use for communication. This is the one that's going to you guys.
Okay.
This one's mine
This
now.
is nicer.
I know. iPhones suck. I'm kind
I
of
know.
relieved to have this back.
Okay, so you want to move contacts from there to there.
That's all I want to do. Once you guys do that, then you guys can have this phone. I mean, he gave me a way to do it, so I think I need to connect to Wi-Fi, and then I need to download this app, and then I think once I download it, I can sync it up. And I need to just download the app on both phones.
So let me get a guy who knows about Wi-Fi. Is your password still 653038?
Yes, that hasn't changed.
So that's going to be that one. And which one is getting all the new text messages? Your new phone?
I only got a few, and then like now I get what you're saying. Like they're out of order, they're scrambled, they're missing. They don't make sense. I got super excited when I saw them because I was like, maybe it'll be all of them, but it's not.
So
Maybe it'll be all of them, but it's not. Yeah, no shit, Nichol, because you deleted all the text messages. In my opinion, I sense that Nichol Kessinger is using her manipulation tactics all over again, right? I get femme fatale vibes from Nichol Kessinger. Femme fatale. Femme fatale is how can I explain a femme fatale? It is used in the movies, especially in the older classic movies, to describe a woman who is the demise or the downfall of the male protagonist. Yeah, a femme fatale is a seductive, mysterious woman who leads men into dangerous or compromising situations for her own benefit. Yeah, this is Nichol Kessinger in my opinion. I get femme fatale vibes from Nichol, and it's working. It works on Kevin, the pizza boy / Verizon wireless worker. It's working on him all over again. These instructions, oh, iPhone sucks. Can you help me? Oh, Kevin, please help me. She's always playing this damsel in distress. And of course, Kevin falls for it. Here she is trying to manipulate Kevin, saying that, oh, maybe I do have all of Chris's text messages. Oh, but you're right. It is all scrambled and some of them are still missing. Ugh. Bummer. We know that she deleted those text messages, but she's just pretending here. I get the vibes that, again, she's just pretending. She's blaming it on whatever carrier she has. Oh, it's just that iPhone sucks, you know? It didn't transfer all of my text messages. Let's continue.
Maybe what I'll ask, we have a device that maybe we can download that too.
This one too? Sorry. I mean, I don't know if that'll work, but we can try it.
Here's mine.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then Kevin knows how to get a hold of us after hours, and then I'm going to do that too.
I
Go
appreciate
get
that.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
You can do that.
Oh, okay. Are you giving her a spare phone? Is that what
She
you
has her own spare phone, but when she linked her accounts, a bunch of messages between her and Chris were recovered on her new phone.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to probably just sell Red right now
Oh, okay.
on her new phone, so we don't have to take all her phones.
Yeah, no doubt.
Are you good here for a bit? Okay.
Do you have some water or anything?
Please.
Okay.
Okay, so App Store.
Oh, the camera's there. Okay. Okay, so how do I do this again? Nichol is acting. She's acting like she is distressed because she doesn't know how to work her phone. They gave her instructions and she doesn't know how to read them. There's also WikiHow. There's also YouTube. There's so many other ways to figure out how to transfer phone numbers to your new phone. But she is stressing because she doesn't understand the instructions. And now she's putting on this whole performance for the camera. Oh. Uh-huh. This is bogus. Let's continue. I don't even think she's trying to do anything right now. She knows... Yeah, she knows that the camera is filming her. So she doesn't really know what to do with her hands or with her phone. And notice how she's scrolling the same way that Chris... The same way that Chris would get on his phone.
Water.
Huh. What does this button do? She knows that she's being filmed and she doesn't know how to act normal. She doesn't know how to act natural. So she's like, act natural, Nichol. And here we have Tammy Lee giving her a bottle of water. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's continue.
Appreciate anything else?
I think I'm
Okay, so be in here in just a few minutes, okay?
Thank you.
Even the way she drinks water seems weird. Let me know if I'm looking too much into this, but... is she doing? Girl, it's not that hard. Just follow the instructions. I wonder if she's scrolling through text messages that she forgot to delete. She isn't even trying. I don't think she's even trying to follow the instructions. Again, I get the impression that she's just playing damsel in distress here. And pretending. I think she's pretending not to know how to transfer text messages over. Because if she... Huh? Yeah, because if she plays dumb, then that can be used as an excuse. Oh, you just don't know how to transfer text messages from phone to phone. It's okay. That's probably how they got deleted. Oops. Instead of clicking transfer, you clicked delete. It's not your fault, though. You didn't know how to follow instructions. I'm going to rewind it a little bit. I want to hear what she said. Because, again, she's putting on a performance here for the camera. She should just play Candy Crush or Clash of Clans or something else on her phone. Instead of pretending that she really wants to figure stuff out on her phone. This is all BS. I'm not buying this at all. Again, I believe that this is just a performance for the camera. The one in the corner filming her. And now she's just scrolling. Such bullshit. Like when you're pretending to work when your manager walks by. Yeah, I'm working really hard. So much work. I totally get it. There's so much work to do today. Yes, I've been working all morning. I wonder how long it's going to take for Kevin to come back. I don't want to fast forward it because Nichol is doing a lot of things here and she's saying things. And of course, we have to watch what she's doing because all of this is acting. And so I'm going to just keep playing it. Let's just keep watching her scroll on her phone and watch her pretend not to know how to transfer contacts from one phone to another. It's not that hard to transfer contacts to your new phone. The phone does it for you. But let's continue watching Nichol put on this performance. Why is she even looking at her phone like that? She's like this. I don't think she's trying. I really do think she's just fiddling with her phones. What in the world? How do I do this? How do I do this? Look, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Oh, this is bullshit. How do I even do this? He's coming back. There he is.
Tech guy's coming to help us.
I would do it myself, but it's like there's so many different knots. I haven't used this phone in years.
Okay.
Like right now,
So it's not very new?
This is old.
Okay.
I haven't used this since like 2016. And so all these numbers on here are numbers of people I've gotten since then. What I don't want is with like the media and all this other stuff going on, is have a phone just full of unknown contacts.
Sure, I get it. So he's going to come over and turn your Wi-Fi on and figure out how to move. He knows
I'll just
about
let him do
this.
that. I give up.
Okay.
I give up. Someone else is gonna come do it for me? Okay, I give up. Yeah, she gave up because Kevin is in there, and I'm pretty sure she felt awkward and weird knowing that she was being filmed, and she was left in there for a really long time by herself, and so she didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do with her hands, she didn't know what to do with her phones, or her piece of paper with the instructions on it. She's over here just like... Oh. And she mentioned something about the media. She doesn't want all these random phone numbers in her phone because of the media. Why does the media even care about all these random phone numbers in your phone? They don't. So I'm not really sure what she meant by that, but let's continue.
So your phone this time, do you have any objections to us looking at everything in your phone?
Why do you even need that? I'm just curious. Like, why do you need everything as opposed to stuff?
Well, because it's easier to get it. And if we're looking at all the material, let's say I take everything off your phone, I can put a date in, like let's say August 10th through the 15th, because those are critical days. But other conversations between you and Chris, or other text messages between you and Chris from June or July, then it makes it harder for me to find all those. Do you understand what I mean? It's easier for them to just take everything. I don't know. Are they?
Yeah. I mean, except for when I first met him and it was his APC thing.
Okay, and then what about your phone log? It's always his 9M0 number?
All the time.
Right.
Like it's
And then
always that one, or originally was his.
we talked about your GPS locating, like knowing where your phone is at certain times.
I mean, you guys can have all that. I just was like, oh my God, I have so many texts on here between me and all my friends. I'm like, do they really want all this stuff?
Well, is there anything in those texts that you'd be concerned with?
Not really.
So, well, not really, or yes or no?
No, I mean, like, the other day, my dad and I decided to do some damage control because a lot of people were like, hey, please call me, I don't know what to say. And I just told them all, like, I didn't say anything. I pretty much just said, if mediators contact you, tell them no comment. It's like, please be nice to them. You do not need to talk to them. It was like, I'm safe, not in trouble, been breaking laws. And I was just like, just send your love and support. And that was all I said to people.
Kevin just asked Nichol if she had any objections to turning in her phone and for them to look through all of her phone. She still has a problem with the police going through her entire phone. Oh, why do you have to go through my whole phone? Why do you even need to look through all of my friends' text messages? And Kevin asked her, well, is there anything concerning in those text messages? And she says, well, no, not really. And Kevin, surprisingly, Kevin actually challenges her for the first time ever, possibly because Daddy Kessinger isn't in there. If there is nothing concerning in text messages between you and your friends, why would you be opposed to the police looking through those? If you are 100% innocent and you were not at all involved, and you didn't know that Chris was married and you had no idea, you were just a victim in all of this, why is she so opposed to the police looking through all of her text messages? Why does she say, not really, when asked, is there anything concerning in those text messages between you and your friends? It's a simple yes or no. Is it concerning? Yes or no. Not really means that there might be something concerning. And we already know that Nichol lied. She lied through her teeth. She told her friend Charlotte about Chris, but she lied to police about it. So I'm sure that in those text messages, there's a lot more information that she sent to her friends about Chris. Who knows? Maybe she wasn't just texting Charlotte. She was probably also texting Jim. And that's probably why she doesn't want her text messages to be looked through. I wasn't involved in the murders. I would be willing to give my phone to police. Here you go, Kevin. I knew nothing about this case until I found out about it on the news. Here is my phone. Take it. Look through all of it. You're not going to find a single shred of evidence that I was involved in this. But she doesn't want to do that. Let's continue.
So did that prompt all the phone calls of people going,
No.
are you okay?
They were prompting me.
Right. And
That
that's
is
when
why I did that, because I didn't even want to like say that, but I was getting all sorts of texts from people that were like, media's trying to contact me. I don't know what to do. I didn't tell them that I was a witness. I didn't tell them anything about that. It was just like, just say no comment. I need you to do this.
Okay.
And then a couple of my like super, super close friends, I asked them if they would be courteous enough to take all the pictures that we had of each other off Facebook and social media, and they said yes, and that was like a couple of really close friends.
Is there any text messages between you and friends?
Okay, so she called to ask her friends to take photos of her off of their social media, is how I understood it. Look at Nichol. Let's continue.
Text messages between you and friends that reference anything that would be concerning regarding this case?
No.
Like talking about Chris? I think you've told me that you've never even really talked with
My friends about him. No, and like my friend's dad died last night, like yesterday.
I'm not worried about that.
No, I know, but she started like, oh my God, she was really drunk last night. She started like freaking out. She's like, I don't know what's going on in your life. She's like, I don't know if it pertains to this case. And she like just sent me like a screenshot of a news article article of that case, and she was
Okay, here we see Nichol ramble again. Kevin asked her a very specific question. Are there any text messages between you and your friends? Anything that mentions Chris? And she says, no. But you know, my friend's dad died last night. And of course, Kevin is like, I don't care about that. And she's like, oh, I know. Hold on, though. Hold on. Let me get to my main point. She was just like, oh, you know, is this about you? Does this case pertain to you? And I was like, oh my God. And then I looked through the article and she sent me this. Hold on, let me look through it. Because I get the impression that she's trying to distract from the real question, which is, do you have text messages between you and Charlotte? Are there text messages where you talked to your friend Charlotte about Chris? And of course she lied. She said no, but because she knows that she's lying, she has to distract by doing other things. And Nicole's MO is ramble. And so because she was just caught in a lie and she doesn't know how to react to that lie, her MO is to do other things, distract with other activities. Oh, let me grab my phone. My friend's dad died. Oh, please have some compassion. Stop asking me these questions here. I'm going to tell you another story. Let's distract from this lie. Nichol has perfected this with Mr. Kevin here because Mr. Kevin never interjects. He's just like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm just going to let you ramble. Although I do see a little bit more of a spine on him. I think he finally found his spine somewhere, either under the bed or in the closet. Wherever his spine was in the last interview, he found it. He dusted it off. He put it on. Before this, I thought he was a medical miracle. How can a man even walk around if he doesn't have a spine? He would just be like Gumby. Yeah, very nice to see that he finally has a little bit of courage, but that's probably only because Daddy Kessinger isn't there, looking at him, staring at him, giving him the evil eye. Don't you dare say something to my daughter. This is what she's doing. Nichol is rambling again because she was caught in a lie and she doesn't know how to distract from it. She doesn't know how to react when she is caught in a lie, and so she distracts by doing other things, rambling in her case. Let's continue.
It's just like, she's like,
What about conversations?
I didn't mention that it had anything to do with that. She's like, I don't know if that's what it is. He works at Anadarko. She's like, I really don't give a shit. She's like, I just really need you to be here with me and my dad and this and this and this. And she was just kind of upset because I had asked her to please say no comments in the media, and it happened to be like right when her dad died, and I think she was feeling a little like, yeah, but I mean, you guys can read this. There's nothing in there of me actually saying anything about it. I just told
What's your
her.
phone number on that phone?
720, it's the same phone number that's on this one, 756-9605. So no, I mean, you guys can listen.
So there was a conversation that I asked you about between you and Charlotte, too.
That's the same girl.
That same girl who was freaking out.
Yeah.
So was there ever a conversation about kids with you and Charlotte? Like I can't remember the exact context, but you guys were talking.
Hanging out with a guy who had kids.
Okay. And
she has not even like
Wait. All right. So your conversation about him having kids. How did that go?
I mean, I don't know. I just told her.
Did you delete that, or is it still?
No, I have no reason to delete anything else on my phone. The only reason I deleted all this stuff with Chris is because he was making me feel really uncomfortable, and I didn't want to see it in my phone anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, let me scroll all the way back here, man. The scroll talk a lot.
Straight BS from Nichol. Again, she's claiming that the only reason she deleted Chris's text messages was because it was making her uncomfortable and she didn't want to see it on her phone. Close your eyes, Nichol. Don't look at it. If your boyfriend is being accused of murdering his family, why on earth would you delete all of the evidence? Kevin knows that Nichol was talking to her friend Charlotte about Chris. Notice how Nichol, rather than say, yes, it was my friend Charlotte, the same friend whose dad died yesterday, she says, yeah, no. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, it's the same girl. Her dad just died. So please don't bother her. She's very distraught. Her dad just died. Don't bring her into this mess. This is manipulation. Nichol is a master manipulator. She knows exactly the things to say to take the attention away from her. And she knows how to bring up other people's misery or other people's misfortune to get her off the hook. Now she's saying, please don't talk to Charlotte. Her dad just died. And we know this because she texted Kevin about it. Anytime that Kevin asked for Charlotte's number or that he asked to talk to Charlotte, Nichol mentioned, oh, her dad just died. Just please be mindful that her dad just died. Because again, I think she's using her friend's misfortune to her benefit. She only cares about herself. And so now she's pretending to be a good friend. Oh, I just don't want you to bother my friend. She's going through a really hard time right now. She's so distraught. BS. This is another performance that we see from Nichol. It is disgusting, in my opinion. How she plays Kevin like a fiddle, even though, like I said, he does seem to have a little bit more courage, but he's still not assertive enough with her. He doesn't push her. He doesn't stop her when she's rambling. He is getting a little better at it here, and it does seem that he has a little bit less patience with her when she goes on her little rambling tangents, but he's still not assertive enough. Let's continue.
No, she's like...
So let's just, while we're here, because we talked about this before, but we didn't talk about the specific context of what that message said regarding to children. So obviously, in the situation that we're looking at now with the death of 2 children and all the other circumstantial stuff going around in the case.
Look at Nichol. Kevin is trying to have a conversation with her. He's trying to get her attention, and this is Nichol. Who else did we see do that?
Chris is the last person who wants to lie.
Yeah, Chris did that a lot. When the police were staring at him, when the police were looking for his wife and his missing children, all Chris could do is this. Chris was watching himself in neighbor Nate's camera. Any father who's actually missing their children and is missing their wife would want to be watching the camera footage. They would be glued to the TV, hoping to see someone or something that would lead them to their missing children and their missing wife. But Chris did the complete opposite. He's like, oh crap, I don't want to see that. Nope, I'm not gonna see that. Oh crap. And it's the same thing that I notice here with Nichol. Kevin is leaning in and he's like, hey, Nichol, yeah, so, hey, can you put your phone down? I'm trying to get your attention. Hey, so I wanted to talk about the kids. Hey, are you listening? But Nichol is glued to her phone. Let's continue.
I just want to make sure there was no comments ever made by you regarding, children or dislike of children or love of children, either way. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Let me find it. I think this is where this starts.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that when you were talking about the children, if there's any mention of the children or any context of children, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess. Hold on. Let me find this text messages. Stop interrupting me with your questions. Very suspicious behavior. Very, very suspicious behavior that we're seeing here from Nichol. Let's continue.
You guys can just take whatever you want over there.
So it's easier for me to just take everything than it is to single it out. Plus, for the purposes of this case, the less exposure, we're we already have, initially, you drew concern from me when you told me you deleted everything from Chris. I've already told you that. You understand why. There's no question as to why that might cause concern. So if there's anything else that ever comes up, I have it, and then we can just discuss it. Do you understand what I mean? All right.
Nichol hasn't looked up at this man not once. This is a face of guilt. Guilty people do this. She hasn't looked up at him not once. She is still scrolling mindlessly. She knows that those text messages are in there, and she knows that she deleted the ones from Chris. But she is so afraid of looking Kevin in the eye and just talking to him about the children. Those text messages between Charlotte and her about Chris and how he's so good in the sack and oh, he loves going downtown. All of this garbage. But because she knows that she's hiding things, she does not have the courage to look up at him and just put her phone down and say, yes, let's discuss the children. I will tell you everything because I am not involved in this. But she won't do that. Nichol is not as confident in this second interview. Her dad isn't there. Daddy Kessinger is not there to have his daughter's back. Daddy Kessinger isn't there telling Kevin to stop. You can't be asking her those questions. That's leading. That's leading. Don't lead. Don't lead. But Nichol is here by herself now, and all she can do is this. Yeah, I guess. Oh, Daddy. Oh, Daddy, I miss you. Daddy, can you come get me? I'm scared. And again, we see Kevin trying to get her attention. He's trying to talk about the children, but because Nichol Kessinger is ignoring him, he's just scribbling on his piece of paper. He's like, yeah, okay, well, whenever you're done scrolling, let me know. I'm just gonna draw some happy faces here. I'm gonna play tic-tac-toe by myself. X, O, X, O, X, O. Yay, I won! Hell yeah. I won. Kevin is a little more confident, but he's still very afraid of Nichol. Let's continue.
She starts right there. She starts talking about her and her fiance. So that was like weeks ago. Really, or like connected the dots or like said shit. I mean, you guys can look through all those texts.
This is a quadruple homicide. The fact that Nichol Kessinger is giving him permission to look through all the texts is insane, in my opinion. Oh, you can go through those texts. It's fine. She's a witness, supposedly, but she still needs to give Kevin permission to look through the texts. It starts from right here. Yeah, it starts from right there. Anything before that, ignore it. It's not important. Start from here all the way down. Read it. You have my permission. And then she's claiming that her friend Charlotte hasn't pieced things together. She hasn't connected the dots. She doesn't know that the man that I was seeing, the one with kids, is Chris. Ugh, she must be dumb. But I don't think Charlotte is dumb. Nichol told her friend Charlotte who Chris was. Charlotte said, but he's got them children, mang. So Charlotte knows who Chris is. But again, Nichol is playing dumb, and she's making her friend sound dumb too. Oh, my friend Charlotte, she's too dumb to piece things together. Oh, she can't connect the dots. Let's continue.
And I don't know when that was. That was definitely when things were going good. So this is like weeks prior, I'm just assuming. I think the day is at the top of whenever we started texting that day.
Notice how Nichol does similar things that Chris did. Whenever there's quiet in the room and people are uncomfortable, they talk a lot. They just talk. That is something that Chris did throughout the body cam footage and throughout his interrogations.
God. Those shoes, even though they were winter shoes. They were what? Winter shoes. People knew that we were having marital issues. They're gonna look at me, especially with the way everything looks. And it honestly just makes me sick to my stomach because this is something that I would never do. Ever. I know, like, you have to look at every vantage point. This is something I would never do to my kids or my wife. At all. I'm not sure, like, what I could do, like, to make people believe that, just because if they knew we were having marital discord, they would automatically look at me. But there's no, I would harm anybody in my family. At all. I know we were having marital discord, and we had that conversation that morning, and then she goes, we have no idea where she is, or the kids. I promise you that I had nothing to do with any of that. Are you telling me the truth? I'm sorry.
Someone who used to be quiet and introverted is now just rambling because he was uncomfortable in that silence. It's one of those techniques that police use to get quiet, to stare their suspects straight in the face, right in the eyeball, and see if they just keep talking. Because when they are feeling uncomfortable in a quiet setting and someone's staring at them, guilty people tend to just talk, and talk because they don't like the discomfort of the silence. And this is what Nichol is doing. Kevin is simply scrolling through the text messages that she's showing him, but she doesn't shut up. That's when Charlotte and I were still best friends. Yeah. That was like a few weeks ago. Yeah, we went to Starbucks and she told me everything about her fiance and I can't remember what date it was. Be quiet, Nichol. Let the man work. He's trying to read the text messages and he can't do it if you just keep talking. But anyway, let's continue.
Look, this is
We talk a lot.
August 7th.
Yeah.
So I reference everything to Sunday the 12th.
So that's the only conversation like that on there, I believe, on my phone. I don't think there's like anything else. And she even last night, like, still wasn't even, she's so worried about her dad.
What? I think she's panicking. She has lost all sense of confidence because Daddy Kessinger isn't there to have her back. Daddy Kessinger isn't there to make her feel secure, interrupting Kevin every time that he gets too close to the truth. Let's continue.
Other than that, there shouldn't really be anything on with other people. But you guys can just pull everything off that phone if
As
you
long
want.
as you're okay with that, that's what would be
I mean, if
my
that
preference.
makes your life easier.
It's not just about making it easier, it's just less. So if there's any question, like I told you before, like the two girls you just met did a lot of interviews in this case. They've done a lot of work. They may know things that I don't. There's no way we can all know everything. So they might go, oh, because somebody else is the one who told me about Charlotte and this message. So I've never
Well,
read
that's
this.
probably why.
Potentially,
I'm assuming that that's
Yeah.
what that is. Because I said his name. And I don't even think she's put two and two together. Because last night, it was just like the way she was talking. She wasn't like, this is him, this is it. She was like, I don't know what's going on. I just assume this is it because this guy looked at Anna Darko, but she is not even, like, processing.
All right, Nichol keeps rambling about irrelevant things and how her friend Charlotte hasn't put two and two together. Just Charlotte knows that Chris is the same guy that Nichol was talking about. She saw his pictures. Nichol told her friend Charlotte, and Charlotte acknowledged he has kids. He is a full package. Like, yeah, he's great. He looks like a cool guy or whatever, but he's got kids, bro. Nichol is literally here lying to Kevin. Lying to his face, saying, oh, my friend has no clue that Chris and the guy I was dating are the same person. She's just asking questions. Oh, what is going on? What is happening? Oh. We just see Nichol just BSing. She's BSing Kevin. Because she knows that she's lying. She knows that she told her friend Charlotte everything, but she can't admit to it. Because if she lied about that, then what else did she lie about? Let's continue.
What do you mean by can tell he has a lot to take care of in life? What did you mean when you said that?
He has a mortgage and he has kids.
Okay.
Responsibilities. I mean,
He has a mortgage, he has kids, responsibilities.
Yeah, Kevin just asked her, what did you mean by this text message that he has a lot to take care of in the future? And she says, yeah,
Well, he's got a mortgage, he's got kids, responsibilities.
let's see that again.
What do you mean by can tell he has a lot to take care of in life? What did you mean when you said that?
he has a mortgage and he has kids.
Okay.
Responsibilities.
So he has a lot to take care of in life. Okay, so when I read the phrase, he has a lot to take care of in life, to me, that can mean a few things. I agree with Nichol. It could mean that he has a mortgage, he has kids, and he has responsibility. So it can sound like, yeah, he has a lot to take care of in life. He has a lot of responsibility. But the other meaning to he has a lot to take care of in life could also mean he has a lot of things to take care of before we can be together. That is another interpretation, at least to me. You guys let me know. Let me know, how do you interpret that text message that Nichol sent to Charlotte? He has a lot to take care of in life. She could be right. She could have meant, yeah, he does have a lot of responsibility. But it could also mean that he has a lot to take care of before he and I can be together. Meaning, he's got a lot that he's got to do first. With that, he's got to take care of all of that baggage first before we can be together, is another interpretation. But again, we don't know. This is all just assumption, speculation, and opinion. It can mean either. Let me know what you all think about that text message. But to me, it reads weird. It reads really weird. And Kevin also thought it was weird, which is why he asked her, what did you mean by that? This is another thing. We watched 3 hours of Nichol Kessinger in the first interview. And so we have kind of a baseline. We can kind of tell when Nichol is lying. When she does her theatrics,
This is the spot. This is bullshit. And I'm like, oh yeah, something happened. This woman is missing, whether there was him or someone else.
anytime that she does her theatrics, it's either because she's lying or she's trying to distract from a lie. And anytime that she answers very straightforward and her voice is a normal, natural tone is when she's answering very matter-of-fact questions like, what's your name? My name is Nichol Kessinger. When she's caught in a lie that she doesn't have a backup plan for, she whispers. She goes,
Yeah.
she whispers when she's caught in a lie and she doesn't know what to say. She whispers because she is hoping that the person doesn't hear it. She's also hoping that the camera doesn't catch it. So she goes, yeah, it's just the mortgage and the children. Responsibilities. So I think it's a lie. I don't think that's what she meant. Based on her reaction to it and based on the way that she answered the question. But you guys let me know what you think. Let's continue.
I mean, he's a father of a house.
You're even saying in here he's all about his kids.
Yeah. And she was like asking me somewhere in there, like, I mean, everything I had to say about him at that point was like really positive. Like, I think I made it clear that I wasn't like 100% sure this was like the man of my dreams and I was going to spend the rest of my life with him or anything, but I was enjoying the time that I was spending with him at that.
Really, Nichol? She claims that Chris wasn't the man of her dreams, yet she cyberstalked him for a whole year before she started working at Anadarko. She left him creepy voicemails all the time.
I missed your face. I just wanted to say hello. Call me back. Bye.
She was obsessed with him, sending him nudes all the time, looking up wedding dresses, asking Google, is the man I'm having an affair with gonna leave his wife for me? Yet she claims that that was not the man of her dreams. These are lies, blatant lies. And Kevin is looking through her text messages and he's reading the ones where she's talking about, oh, he's all about his kids. I am the second fiddle. I will always come second because his kids will always come first. That's really all I get. The tone of those messages really sounded like she was upset that Chris was too into his kids. His kids are always going to come first and I will always come second. Why must it be this way? Let's continue.
Like, I think I made it clear that I wasn't like 100% sure this was like the man of my dreams and I was going to spend the rest of my life with him or anything, but I was enjoying the time that I was spending with him at that point.
You're referencing that he has 2 kids and then you don't like that because you want to have that experience with somebody else? Is that what?
I just said I wasn't sure if he was the one that I wanted to be with because he had already like done everything.
Okay.
Like, I was like, it would be really nice to kind of like have kids and have my own marriage and all of that stuff. But that was never anything I conveyed to him.
Nichol is claiming that she wasn't sure about Chris because since Chris had already done all the things that she wanted to do, she wasn't sure that she wanted to do that with Chris. He already had the marriage, he already had the house, he already had the kids. Everything that Nichol wanted in her life, Chris had already done. He had already built an entire life with his wife, Shanann. And Nichol didn't like that. Nichol wanted that experience for herself. She wanted a brand new experience. She wanted to get married, she wanted the house, and she wanted the babies, but she wanted to do it with a man who didn't already experience that before. Which I think is what Kevin is trying to piece together here. That she wanted Chris so badly, but she wanted him fresh. She wanted him with no past, no wife, no kids, no marriage, no house. Fresh, brand new Chris without a past. And what did Chris end up doing? He ended up doing exactly that. He erased his past. He erased his family off the face of the planet so that he can start fresh with Nichol, which is what, in my opinion, and based on how I interpret the evidence, that is exactly what Nichol wanted. She wanted Chris to be a fresh new body. She didn't want him divorced. She didn't want him with kids. I don't believe that Nichol was okay with being with Chris as long as he still had kids with another woman. If he still had to take care of his kids, if he still had to share custody with Shanann, and he had to go see Shanann every weekend to return Bella, Cece, and Nico to Shanann, that Chris had to arrange a schedule to meet with Shanann and see the kids, this is something that I don't think Nichol wanted. She did not want to deal with that. She said herself she wanted to have a brand new experience with someone who hadn't experienced that before. She wanted Chris, but she didn't want Chris as a divorced dad, as a dad who had to share custody with his ex-wife. She did not want to be part of that. Just disappear the family, no family. She wanted to have a baby with him, give him a son, start fresh, and pretend like Bella, Cece, and Shanann never existed. She couldn't find a man that was single. She couldn't find a man who didn't already have the marriage and the house and the wife and the kids. She had to go after a man who already had all those things. And so, yes, all of this makes perfect sense why she pressured Chris to annihilate his family. We hear it from Chris himself. She did not want to be second fiddle. She did not want to come second to anyone. She wanted to be Chris's main priority. She wanted to be the one to give him a son. She wanted to be his queen. And that was impossible if he still had kids, if he still cared about his kids, if he was all about his kids. She will always be second fiddle. Unless, of course, they disappeared. If they disappeared, then she wouldn't be second fiddle anymore. She would be Chris's main priority. And so this is why all of the evidence points to Nichol Kessinger being the catalyst. She was the reason why Chris Watts annihilated his family. We are about 25 minutes into the second interview, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stop it here. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Yeah, I'm very excited about this series. Thank you all so much for all your votes. This series won overwhelmingly. The majority of you voted to see Nichol Kessinger's second interview. The runner-up was Chris Watts's interrogation. And so we're gonna do all of them. And on top of that, I do wanna look into other cases. Yeah, so be on the lookout for those. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the love and support, and I will see you next time.